All right. I want to welcome Maria and Sandy from the San Francisco Bay Area to iHeartRadio's Boomers Yak About. And guys, you both specialize in health in different ways. When I introduced you, Maria, I talked about your healing center and what a great chiropractor you were. And Sandy, of course, we've had Sandy on before, and she specializes in nutrition. But there was something that really caught me by surprise because when we started doing the whole Boomers Yak About, what we kept hearing is how we are the first generation that's going to redefine actually young as opposed to old. We were going to live longer and all that. But I got something from the CDC, from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and I'd just like to read part of it to you guys and get your take on it. It says that America's aging baby boomers are not exactly the picture of health, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's 38th annual report on the nation's health, which this year includes a special section focusing on the health of Americans between ages 55 and 64 years old, which is the heart of the baby boom generation. And get these statistics. Nearly 1 in 5 baby boomers have diabetes, 40% are obese, more than half take prescription medications for hypertension, and most will be covered by Medicare within the next 10 years, which, of course, with all these diseases, poses a challenge to the country's healthcare system. So, in your experience, because I know both of you have a practice that doesn't necessarily specialize in just this particular age group, but certainly, especially on Maria's side, when I've looked into chiropractic health, I'm hearing that about 55% of the baby boomers are seeing chiropractors at this point. So just to open up the discussion, and Maria, why don't you take it first, and Sandy, you can follow. Give from your perspective, so here we are, we're running around, we're looking very young for our age, as I'm sure you hear all the time when you walk down the streets and people, people sit there and go, yeah, well, young lady, and you go, well, in your head you're going, I'm not so young, but thank you, that type of thing. I don't think any of us are 22 years old anymore. But what's happening is that so many people are on medications and so many people are seeing the doctors on a regular basis. And yes, we are keeping our look relatively young. And it seems that, I don't know what I see. I think I'm seeing so many of us try to stay fit, but that's not what the statistics say. So Maria, give me your take on this. So let me throw this over to Sandy for a second. So yeah, I'm usually under the impression, or some of us are under the impression, that the diseases that we are suffering are naturally occurring because we are living so much past where we were supposed to be living in the early days. I mean, life expectancy 100 years ago was what, 30, 40 type of thing. So these are we to understand that I think there's two questions here, Sandy. One is, are we to understand that they could be prevented by the way we care for ourselves and the way we nourish ourselves? Or are we really talking about as they naturally occur, we have a way of dealing with them through medicine, which Maria talks about, and through nutrition, which is what your specialty is? Okay, we're going to have to take a break right now. But when we come back, let's talk about the other side of this. And that is what we're going to do about it. What are the recommendations of how we should be caring for ourselves? I'm David Yakir, and we'll be right back.